What is up, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Larry and welcome to another episode of Larry Iceman's journey on F1. And first, I need to apologize, because after when I record these episodes, racing parts, I became very sick, and I have been now almost weak. So now when I'm feeling a little bit better, I decided that I'm gonna do this late commentary thing. I don't know how this is going to go, because my throat is already hurting.
What is wrong with this dude?
But anyway, move on. And you know what, guys? Also, because I'm a dumbass, I didn't even realize that this video will be the season final. 2 final races in Mexico and Brazil. Because in my mind, Interlagos is the one and only place where F1 season should end in real life also, like good old days. Good example is of course year 2007, when my biggest hero Kimi Räikkönen takes home his driver championship in epic way. Thanks pretty much for Hamilton's gearbox, but still, that's the most epic gearbox failure ever. But yeah, moving on. In last video I point out that my controller was broken, but thank God, from this moment I can now wipe my ass with that. Whoops. But hey, I got the new one. But I know that this new controller is not making me better driver alone. But now I can at least rest my thumb while I'm driving straights, and it's not oversteering so goddamn much when I'm turning right, and understeering when I'm turning left, you know. Because the left analog stick was overdrifting. Then, you don't believe, guys, what I have here. I got this brand new Lando Norris Monster Energy drink right there. I haven't tried this before, so I'm very excited. I like Monster Energy drinks a lot. Let's see how Gucci is this new bad boy. You know what, guys? This is actually pretty damn good. Really exotic. And not too much gas. I like this. I like this a lot, honestly. Vittu tää haisee oudolta.
Vittu mitä kiljuu tämäkin on, saata.
And like usual with these kind of new products and stuff like that, this also gave me some side effects. My voice started to sound exactly like Lando's.
Hi ho there, Kermit the Frog here, and today I'm going...
Or was it Kermit the Frog from the Muppet Show? I don't really know, and I don't really care because it doesn't matter, because in my opinion they sound exactly the same. But anyway, let's see, does this Lando's Monster gave me some extra speed in the season final. But yeah, like I said earlier, we are racing today in Mexico and Brazil, and we are gonna start from Mexico. And I need to be 110% honest with you guys. Mexico's GP is not feeling the same without
Checo Perez!
Okay. F1 really miss Checo Perez. I really hope that Cadillac's drivers could be in next season Checo and Valtteri Bottas, because F1 is missing Finnish driver also. By the way, I need to say that I'm half blind and half amazing, and Valtteri Bottas, he is half MacGyver and half Nigel Mansell. Valtteri's look is the coolest that F1 has ever seen, and that's why he deserves that spot. And he's a hell of a driver also. If somebody is saying something else, I'm very worried that you are a crack addict or something. But yeah, back to this actual Mexico's GP, and I got really mixed emotions about this track. That was feeling really fun track to drive in a qualifying, in one lap with fresh set of boots, you know. But in practices, when I was driving those longer stints, like race strategies and blah, track was feeling really slippery. I'm pretty sure it's because I'm so goddamn awful driver, but still it's pretty goddamn weird. I got the same feeling in Zandvoort, but here in Mexico it was feeling much more. But it didn't bother me that much, because this Mexico's track was so much more funnier track to drive. But like I said, very mixed emotions. And in my last video I said that I have no idea what kind of driver I am. Am I good qualifier or good race driver? And now I've been thinking this more deeply, and I can maybe say that I'm a maybe tiny little bit better qualifier. Okay, seriously, I don't know, but in this Mexico's GP, I was feeling like that. I succeeded pretty damn well, and it was a second row, baby. But still, I was so goddamn pissed, because Fernando was on the second place. In real life, I love Fernando, but here we are, heated rivals, and my manager is now roasting my bum that I need to whoop this old bastard's ass up. But once again, we are in situation. Qualifying and racing, it's two totally different things. How can I make a good result out of race if I don't have no grip in my car when my tires are not fresh anymore? There's of course one way to find out. It's racing time. Of course now, my business plan was just simply I need to get past Fernando, no matter what it cost. First corner is always place where Larry Iceman can show everybody who is the boss. And once again, deep dive and boom! It works, and I was really on the second place and most importantly, ahead of Alonso. But yeah, in the first couple laps I was able to keep up with Verstappen. But lap after lap, my fear of my tires came to reality. I started to slip. Very badly. Racing was feeling so goddamn horrible. I was once again like Bambi on ice. My rear tires was on fire. They were overheating very badly. Then, all of a sudden, joins the party and I couldn't do nothing. He just fly past me. It was so early. I was thinking that I'm not gonna do anything stupid yet. And after that, everybody else behind me was just coming strongly. Then I decided, if ever, now, it's time to do undercut. Undercut of century. If hard tires could make the difference, then once again heavy undercut, and let's see how it's gonna work. Of course, in first couple laps driving was feeling fantastic, but the fact was there is so much race left. This Mexico's GP was feeling so goddamn long. Even after a couple laps, the slippery feeling came back and I was starting to get really worried. I was just hoping that I can at least keep my position with this undercut. And thank God I was able to do that. Verstappen and Leclerc was of course gone. I know without any safety cars or crashes I'm not able to fight with them. And now, what was really scary, I was realizing that I'm at the moment slipping more than ever before. But from that first stint, I once again learned something. I learned that I need to really fight. If somebody is overtaking me, especially in that first corner, in that main straight, I need to hang on and try to strike back immediately. If I don't do that, then everybody is just gone who is gonna pass me. I'm so goddamn slow and I don't have no grip in corners. That's really goddamn Gucci cocktail in F1 race. And yeah, there he comes. Lando Norris. He was so much faster than me. Like really, he was lapping over 1 second faster than me in every single lap. I was so fucking pissed. And then I snap. Okay, you know what, Lando? I'm so goddamn pissed. No more Mr. fucking nice guy. Lando or Kermit the Frog, whatever the fuck you are. I'm not gonna bend over this time. No, it's war. If you wanna go past me, be ready for some action. And kids, close your eyes. Now things are gonna get dirty. Because this is a season final. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I need to say that my brains really tilted completely on that last lap battle between Lando. It wasn't the prettiest, but my mission was that I'm gonna be ahead of Alonso no matter what. and I succeeded on that. But that last lap overtake was so goddamn dirty, but I don't really care. I was slow, but I didn't bend over. I fight, and I was on the podium. Today's race strategy was no more Mr. Nice Guy, and it works. And I was really happy for the podium. Even though my driving and some overtakes was the dirtier than music festival's portable toilets on the day 3. But like I've been saying, this is a season final and stakes are getting higher. And I need to show everyone how big boys are doing that. But anyway, let's move on, because job is not done yet. There is still one more race to go. And we are going there like Motorhead once were singing. Here we go again, 747, flying down the Rio, going to Brazil, hey! I love Motorhead. But oh boy, Interlagos, the Holy Land. This is really the track. If I could have someday money to go actually watch F1 race to anywhere I just wanna go, it would be Interlagos. Not only because Kimi wins his title there, but in Interlagos race is almost always really goddamn Gucci. But now I'm here as a Larry Iceman. I'm not fighting for the title, but I'm fighting against my teammate Alonso, who is gonna finish better in driver standings. And I'm now a little bit ahead of him, because my fight in Mexico. I need to stick with that fighting mentality, because as you know, Alonso is also tough as balls, like me. But first, we are gonna start this final race of the season with the sprint race. It's really good that there is a sprint race first, because sprint race is really good practice to actual race. It's the same situation of course to everybody, but especially for a Christmas noob like me, who is driving his first actual race here. And you know what guys, I was really liking this track. I was actually feeling fast, and I was way more comfortable comparing to Mexico. I'm still so goddamn confused about that Mexico's GP, how that goes. How on earth that was so goddamn slippery track. I hope this is not turning out to be in the same way, because here I didn't even drive practices, because there is so much driving, just saving a little bit of time, you know. Because this is just a hobby for me and I got other things to do as well in my life. But anyway, in sprint qualifyings I succeeded pretty damn good. Car was feeling fast, but if I'm 110% honest with you guys, I make couple tiny little bit silly mistakes in those laps. And I'm sure I was capable of taking pole, but that wasn't bad by any means, don't get me wrong. So, without further ado, let's see how is Iceman's race pace in Interlagos. Oh boy, lights go out and boom, excellent start once again. And you know what guys, Iceman is on the lead baby. Is this now my time to shine in Brazil? Like my biggest hero Kimi did back then. I've been trying to do everything like him. In every single presentation, I have been locking myself in the bathroom to taking a dump and everything. And now I'm here, clear track ahead of me. What can go wrong? Oh yeah, of course, pretty much everything. Because I've been once again little bit forgetting who I am. I am a Christmas noob, and my racecraft is so goddamn awful, and my tire management is poor. It didn't take long that project from Jos Verstappen's ballsack just pretty much fly past me. Oh boy. But I just think that Max is in this career really goddamn overpowered, because in pretty much every single race he's there just alone. I couldn't keep up with him by any means. But to the same breath I realized that wasn't my fight. My actual fight was behind me, Fernando Alonso. All my focus was on just that I'm gonna be ahead of him. And thank God this sprint is so goddamn short race. I was in really good shape with my position. And I of course was capable of keeping that, and that's a P2. I'm really goddamn happy with that. But of course there was a problem. Once again, my tires. They were in really bad condition. Last 2 laps were really goddamn slippery, and that was only 8 lap race. 8 lap race. Like what the fuck? You are maybe now asking why your 4-eyed dumbass are letting them so bad condition. You should secure them better. The problem is, if I wanna fight with the good results, I need to drive like it's a qualifying in every single lap. I need to give everything in every single lap. It's not the prettiest way to drive, but it's the only option. If I want to maximize the points, it need to be like this. And Jesus Christ, these are my baby steps in this game. The actual time that I've been playing this game is very short. I should be proud of myself how much I've been improving in the short time period. And so am I. Those things inside my head, I was ready to fucking rock. Ready to give everything what I have to this final race of the season. I was so sure I'm gonna take that pole position. So that didn't go as I planned. But you know what? Every time I'm planning something in my mind, everything just goes horribly wrong. And this is a great example of that once again. And I think in final time in this F1 season, it's a good time to refresh everybody's memories. There is one extremely wise man who has said, if you're a Christmas noob, you should know your role. But okay, it is really, finally, time of the last race of the season. Of course, if ever, now I'm gonna give everything to this first corner. I just hope that I can find my way to attack. Woohoo, ladies and gentlemen, what a fucking start. That was the start of the century. I'm really in a second place behind only Max. Wow, that was really good. But now I've been getting wiser. Now I already know that if Max's car is gonna work, I'm not gonna catch him. And probably after a couple laps my tires will be in so bad condition. Everybody behind me will fly past me. Is that really boring that you can predict these things, right? That's the only bad thing in Formula 1 nowadays, because cars are so goddamn good. Durability and reliability is on really high levels on top team cars. Mechanical failures and those kind of things are so goddamn rare. Imagine if Kimi could have that thing back in his McLaren days. Oh boy. But yeah, I know, if. What Max was once said that if mothers had balls or something, they would be dads. That was very wisely said. But anyway, let's go back to this actual race. This Interlagos circuit is really fun. Especially this first sector, that turn 5 to turn 6. When you got the grip in your car, it's once again one of those places where you might get a boner in middle of that. So goddamn satisfying. Like, come on, full throttle, flat out, woohoo! But yeah, like I predicted that Max was just going. He was really able to make the season final race in his championship battle just typical Sunday fun day drive. And like we all know, I was already heavily struggling, and behind me was, surprise, Lando Norris himself. We meet again. I think Lando is very salty to me after how I screwed his race in Mexico in this first stint. I didn't want to do anything stupid yet. When he was going to go past me, I didn't try to hold him back. But as you know, like usual, I noticed that it was once again time to make little bit of art of undercut. This has been really in every single race my strategy, but like why the hell not? It's working. Why the hell I would change the perfect formula for a Christmas noob when it's working like a train's toilet, you know? Yeah, oh yeah, you already know. Fresh set of boots, and man, driving was once again so goddamn satisfying. And my battery was full loaded and everything was really well. But I was just wondering, can it work again? Can I go ahead of Lando again? Because you know, Lando was once again so goddamn much faster than me in his first stint. I was just honestly thinking that there is no chance to go past him. Let's see what actually gonna happen. Woohoo!
Nice.
Yes, oh my god, it worked, it fucking worked. I was so sure that I have no chance to go past Lando, but here I was, and I was ahead of him. By mile, okay, not by mile, but still, wow, that was really good. But, as we know, there is so many laps still ahead of us. It's gonna be long race ahead of us. And as we know, Lando is gonna catch me. I need to be ready to defend this position. Fight against him. Again. So, Lando, if you think that I'm gonna be some kind of Mickey Mouse this time, I'm gonna bend over in front of you and your orange papaya, aka the huge piece of orange monkey turd. No! I got news for you, Lando. No more Mr. Fucking Nice Guy. Come and get it, if you dare.
And that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team have worked especially hard this weekend, and that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
Yes. Whoa, that was so goddamn hard battle. But thank God, here in Interlagos, first sector is pretty much the only place where you can overtake if car in front of you is not doing any huge mistakes. Yes, I was slow, but I wasn't doing any mistakes. But oh my god, wow, really, P2, I'm extremely happy with that thing. When I started this career, I couldn't even imagine that I would be in a second place in a season final race. But yes, the man who is really gonna celebrate today is Max Verstappen, because he is now champion of the world once again. To be honest, when this season hit to the midpoint, since that Max has been in his own league. In real life, Max and Red Bull are really starting to struggle now. In latest race in Hungary, they were in really far away from even the podiums. But here in video game, Max is that Super Max that we have been used to in the past years. But hey, most importantly, me, Larry Iceman, I really take advantage of El Matador himself, Fernando Alonso. Rival is now officially over. I knocked out that old bastard. And Fernando, I'm really sorry for you. I love you. I hope that we will be still friends after this season.
Never in my life.
It's over finally, so